Hey, you guys, happy Thursday. It's Laura with Chocolate. Hey, you guys, welcome back. It's Laura with Chocolate Designs. That video thing, it just keeps popping out on me every time I go live, and I don't know why, but we're back now. Say hi when you guys jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you're here, that you're watching tonight. I think that I've got an amazing project planned. I really think so. So let me get a keyword pulled up here real quick. Type that information in there and you'll get the supply list for all the stuff we're using tonight to make this. The keyword is wine. W-I-N-E. Type wine in the comments. And I want to know, you guys, as you're jumping on, if you are a wine drinker, are you team red or are you team white? Me personally, red all the way. All the way. The white wine is just too dry for me. So let me say hello to everybody. You guys are awesome. Hi, Leanne. Hello, Darlene and Joanne and Brenda and Wendy and Missy and Valerie and Maxine. Hello, everybody. Hey, Pam. Hello, Lori and Terry and Michelle. Hi, Kim, back in the house. Hello, Missy and Roseanne and Maxine and Wanda K. You guys are awesome. Hi, Wendy. Hello, Brenda. Oh my goodness, wine is the keyword. Type that in there. Team red, Shelma says. Me too, girl. Hi, Jackie. Pam, Pam's a white wine drinker. Do you have your white wine tonight, Pam? Hello, everybody. Hi, Lynn. Okay, you guys, so we're going to do a wine bag today. If you hadn't figured that out yet, if you hadn't kind of guessed, these are the wine bags that are available on our site, and they're super awesome, super cute, and they're perfect for taking a glass of, or a bottle of wine with you somewhere, or to have a fun decorative way to be able to gift a bottle of wine to somebody, right? Oh, yay, Joanne. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Carol. Hi, Shannon. Team White. Frankie says red wine. Hi, Carol. You guys, Carol's one of our newest Perks members, so welcome her to Perks, please. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Dale. Don't drink with my friends and family. Drink both. Pam says she's got a glass of Chardonnay right now. Yay! Hello, Noemi. All right, so before I get started with this project, hey, Kaylee, I do want to go ahead and, oh, shucks, I should have turned that on. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about some of the deals that are going on. Hi, Christina. You have some good news. I want to hear it. Hey, Bev. Hello, Vicky. Hello, everybody. Right now, we've got a sale going on our site, okay? And this sale is a buy one, get one free sale on all of our heat set transfers, the ones that are not licensed, okay? So if it's a licensed one, like the Seinfeld one that just came out, or the Butterbeer, those ones don't count in the buy one, get one free. But everything that is Chalk Couture, that is not licensed is buy one, get one free on the heat set transfers. And the great thing is that it comes in a 2-pack. So it's basically buy 2, get 2 free, right? Which is the same thing as buy 1, get 1 free. Anyway, you guys, but you get 2 in a pack. You have 4 of them, which is awesome. You don't drink wine. Oh no, hi Lorraine. Hello, Linda. I'm not really a wine drinker either. Got bad news today. Oh no, Carol's sister only has a few days left, you guys. She's a few days left. Like, hi Diane. Like in life, you guys. She's not going to make it more than a couple more days. So prayers for Carol and her family. We're going to go ahead and just take this wine bag here. And I just turned on my heat press, so it's not super hot yet. But I still want to press this little, when it comes in your bag from our site, it does come folded. And I want to make sure that I get that fold out of there as much as possible. So we're just going to press this really fast. And I do want to put some parchment or something over it just to make sure that I don't get anything on it. And we're only at 195 degrees so far, but I still want to press this just to get that out if I possibly can, because that right there could affect my design if I don't press it first, okay? And we're going to do something a little bit different tonight, because normally I kind of leave a little bit to the imagination with you guys, right? We start off and I'm like, there's more, but wait, there's more, but wait, there's more. But this time, in order to do this the right way, in order to do this, I got to show you guys like my thought process around how I came to this. Because if you're going to do something similar, you're really going to need to lay it out first and see how it's going to work out for you and in which way you can do it. I will also say that I was kind of inspired to do this by Miss Brenda Durant, who is amazing at everything that she does, and she's my inspiration for just about everything that I ever do. She's amazing. You can't see the comments. Oh no, Ruth! No! Oh, one more little press, you guys, as this thing is heating up even more. All right. There we go. That's a little better than what it was. Anyway, and that's going to help us out a ton. All right. So you guys, my thought process in this is that I actually want to combine, hi James, I want to combine heat transfers and the chalk couture transfer tonight to make a design on here. And in order to do this, it does take a little bit of planning, and you really need to lay things out first to see where they're going to fit and how you need to do these. Okay, hi Tracy. So we're going to use this transfer here that says this has aged, you have not. This is our wine time transfer. It's got the wine time on one side and then the bottle of wine with the words on the other. We're going to use the bottle of wine on here tonight. And I'm not quite ready. Oh, what is that? Had a doctor's appointment today. I'm all set for surgery. Tomorrow is your birthday. You'll be able to catch all the lives. Awesome! Have to invest in a press. The presses are amazing. I love mine, but if you don't have a heat press, you could definitely use an iron. Most of you, I'm sure everybody probably, has got an iron that you iron your clothes with, or that is collecting dust in your laundry room like mine is. And you can use that if you don't have a heat press, and it'll work just the same. But the heat press does make it a lot easier. You get more consistent heat with it, and yeah, all of that jazz. So before we can do anything with this, I'm going to go ahead and lay this out, and it's kind of going to give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like in the end once I lay this out here, okay? So we're going to use the bag, or the bag, yes, and this transfer, and I want to put this right in the center if I possibly can. Now, right here on the bottom, you guys, it's folded in. We're just going to have to go with the fold there and do the best that we can in order to make this whole wine bottle fit on here. Hi, Pamela. So I've got this laid out on here. You guys can see how it has the transfer on there. And it fits on there pretty darn well. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room left with that. But I also wanted to incorporate some pieces of this heat set transfer on this design as well. So since it came in two, I'm able to show you guys the full sheet still in the package. And then I already took a sheet and I kind of cut up some pieces of it. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Yes, everything that I'm showing is available right now. At least it was when I went online. When I was just a second ago. This one was still available. So I went ahead and I cut some of the pieces off of here, and I just kind of laid them out on here to see where I wanted them. A new wig cut, and can't wait. Oh, Kim! So, I want to see pictures too. Post them in the VIP. We want to see what it looks like. All right, so I've got like there's a couple pieces here that were like rose heads, and there were a couple pieces there that were just some leafy elements. And what I did was I just went ahead and laid these out kind of where I want them to be once this is finished. Hi, Jackie. And I think I had it to where these two were going to go right in there. And I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't go on the words at all. How did I have that one? Right there. Right there. Right in there somewhere. Right in there somewhere is how I had that one right there. Oh, that's okay. And then for this one right here, I had it like this. And then I had put, oh, this right here was going upwards. so that it kind of looked like the head of this rose was sitting on those leaves. Just like that or so, okay? I know, Carol. I just wanted to see how they were going to look on there first. And this is going to give me my idea of how I want things laid out. Now, lay your stuff out first so that you don't come back and you're like regretting your decisions. Life choices, right? Make a plan. Don't regret your life choices. All right. I'm going to turn this one upside down, just like so. And I'm going to grab out my tape. I keep freezing. Oh, no. Gosh, I hope not, because my thing already did some funkiness today. And I'm going to take my little piece of transfer of heat tape, you guys, heat tape. And I'm just going to tape down a little edge of that piece. But I'm not trying to tape over my transfer. That makes sense. See, now I want to change the position of this one. Either way, it's going to look fantastic. This one's going to go right here. Right there. Not freezing free. Okay, that's good. That's really good. And then we're going to take these pieces, and one of them is fully on the transfer. So we're going to do that one last. So let's take this one right here. We're going to put it right there. The best we can. Hi, Annette. You guys, if I didn't say hi to you, I do apologize. It's hard to see all the names and still work at the same time. Sometimes. We're going to move this one over a little bit now that we flipped it. And put that one right there. Okay, so I have not taped on my transfer. It didn't come with a dispenser, and that's okay. That's okay. You can get a dispenser anywhere for tape. You can probably get a dispenser at the Goodwill if you look for it. And I'm just going to pull this up and out from underneath all of my transfer pieces and just set this aside for a bit. Okay, we're going to do these pieces first on this one. Okay, like I said, make a plan. Know how the transfers work. Remember that if your transfer has got, if you can see through that part of your transfer, that's where your ink is going to go through. Okay, so if you can't see through it, that's where you're going to see the actual surface that you're chalking or inking on. So keep that in mind as you're laying out your plan of action. Okay, so this is where they're going to be. You're told 6 rows. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, what is this? I'm still waiting for my friend's transfers that were supposed to be here on Monday. Apparently UPS transferred the package to the regular post. And oh no! That happens sometimes. It does. UPS and USPS are now kind of working together. And it's supposed to be to get things to you quicker, but it doesn't seem to always be that way. All right, so I have my heat press set for 360 degrees. Okay, and right now it's only at 60 seconds, so I'm going to change the time and make this, I'm sorry, it was only at 30 seconds. I'm going to change the time and make it 60 seconds. 360 at 60 seconds, okay? And that should give me a really good transfer on here. Now, this should work on this bag, even though it's not a sublimation bag. I don't plan to ever wash this, okay? When you plan to wash it, you need to make sure that it has polyester, that it's at least, I think, 80% polyester, and that it's made for sublimation. If you don't plan to wash it, then you really don't have much to worry about. Your design will turn out all right. It just might be a little bit lighter and more faded. Thank you, Carol. An Amazon driver delivered your last one. That's weird. All right, so we're going to put this on here, and I'm just going to put this right on, flat down, turn on my timer. Carol says 60% polyester. See, I thought it had to be more than that. And we're going to give this a little bit of pressure and just wait out that 60 seconds, you guys. So, while we wait this out, I will tell you guys that Allie is feeling a little better today. And day 3 is day when mom finally takes kids to the doctor. So we went to the doctor. And I was like, I was like, my suspicion based on her symptoms is that this is probably like seasonal allergies because, you know, the wind's been blowing like crazy. The weather keeps changing and she's coughing, but I don't hear any wheezing. There's nothing that she's coughing up. And I gave her all the symptoms and told her everything. And she says to me, well, I don't think it's seasonal allergies. I said, okay, well then what do you think it is? She says, I don't think it's viral or bacterial. I think that she's got post-nasal drip. And I'm like, okay, so what do we do for that? And she said, well, I'll put her on, get this, you guys, I'll put her on Zyrtec and Flonase. And I'm like, okay, it's not allergies, but all that you're prescribing is allergy medication. Makes a lot of sense. I feel like I just said that. Oh, you guys, I should have taped it more, but I didn't. So let's hope that this turned out really, really well. I'm going to lift it up. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, you guys. Let's cool it off a second. So she's doing much better. She got the okay to return to school tomorrow for the half a day that they have before spring break starts next week. And she's super excited because she misses her friends so bad and she does not like me. Just kidding, you guys. She likes me, but she would prefer to be with her friends. All right, here we go. Sure from Michael's. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. So wine is the keyword. Let's go ahead. Oh, you guys. I didn't even think that these pieces were overlapping, but they were. Oh. Well, I definitely did not think that through because this one right here should have been on the front and that one should have been on the back. I'm going to try. You guys. Carol, don't hate me for this. It might be the totally wrong move. It might be. But I'm going to try to press this one more time really quickly. It might be the wrong move, you guys. Just to see if I can get a little bit of that color off of that transfer to go in there. You trim off extra. I trimmed off some of the extra, but not all of it. But you guys, I'm still trying with this stuff. So let's just try to get just on that part, not on the other pieces that we did. And we're going to try to press this again just to see if we can't get some of that other color to kind of fill in those spots. Because I should have had them the opposite way around. I should have had the leaves behind the flower instead of the flower behind the leaves. That would have made more sense. So we're just going to see what happens. So yeah, you guys, she's good to go. She is not contagious. She just has a bad cough that's due to post-nasal drip, but it's not seasonal allergies. Any of you guys work in the medical field? Does that make any sense at all to you? Because to me, that's allergies. But, all right, let's see. Let's see if that did anything. It probably won't matter one way or another. It actually did. That made that so much better. That actually made it so much better. Okay. So because now the two pieces, it did put some more of that ink on there. Let's lift these ones off of here. And at least now there's not like a gap where this stuff was. So we've got some flowers on here. And they're beautiful flowers, you guys. Look at how that looks. It's gorgeous. So beautiful. Hi, Loretta. All right, now this is still really hot. I know, right? Post-nasal drip doesn't necessarily have to be. Really? Okay. Just have nasal congestion. Going down the back of her throat. Not necessarily. Okay, well, there you go. I've always assumed that if you're if it was draining, it was allergy related, but maybe it's not. Okay. So I'm not a doctor. She's probably right. I've just never heard of that before. If it's not allergies, I'm like, I don't know what that's just, I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Chronic sinusitis, and it's not always, oh, okay. So she's just got some junk going on. All right, I'm taking a piece of some, oh gosh, is that going to be wide enough? We're going to trim this just ever so slightly because I think it's not cut the way that it's not cut straight. I got all these pieces. So this is just a piece of ink mat. If you don't have one of these, you can use a piece of cardboard. It'll work the same. I feel like I'm getting nasal drip. But I do want these edges straight. Allergies don't usually run a fever with them, and she did have a fever for a little bit. And it dropped back down relatively quickly, I think, anyway. Just want to trim this up. It's like so incredibly off right now. That it's really bothering me how not straight cut that is. Oh, you were told you needed surgery to correct it? I wonder if, like, you know, I mean, she's a teen right now, and she's going, I mean, well, no, she's not yet. She's 11, and not quite a teen, but she's at that age now where, like, you know, her jawline is going to start changing and all of that kind of stuff, and, you know, her facial features are changing a little bit, and maybe that has something to do with it. All right, so I got that down in there as far as I could, but if it does bleed through, it's going to be on the bottom down here, and you won't even see it. And we're going to do this as best as we can. All right. Doctor always gave her Claritin for morning and Benadryl at night. And Motrin for fever if needed. Yeah. So she ended up, yeah, she's a preteen. She ended up getting the Zyrtec. And she's for the first time ever taking pills, you guys. It's not the medicine. And she was like, at first she's like, I don't do that. I can't do those things. And I was like, just try it. Just put one in your mouth and then take a drink of water and make it go down your throat with the water. And she's like, okay. And she tried it and she's like, oh, that was so much easier. I didn't even taste it. And so now she's all about never having to take and drink medicine again in her life. And I'm like, that's cool, baby. That's what she got, Carol. That stuff. That's what her prescription was. All right, we're going to put this down on here. And then you guys, we're going to mix some colors. We are going to mix some colors, and we're going to do the best we can with this. And I think it's going to turn out awesome. But we are going to have to paint with our ink tonight, okay? So normally I would say start at the top, work your way down. But I can easily rotate my bag and then just do the other side this way. We're going to mix some colors. You guys can see that the heat transfer is overlapping some of the areas of that wine bottle. And I want the wine bottle to be behind it. But had I colored it and done this part first, then the color would have changed with the heat transfer, if that makes sense. So the color behind it would be different. Yeah, so there we have it. All right, so you guys, we're going to mix some colors because you guys know I'm a mixologist. I love to mix colors. I like to make colors my own. I like to see what I can make with colors, and we're just going to go with it. Okay, whatever happens, happens. So I've got 2 color trays out. I think I dropped a stir stick, but that's okay. And, okay, good, I have water in there. We're going to mix up a combination of pesto with sage. Okay, I think that the pesto to me, looking at this, is close, but it's a little bit too dark of a green. And the sage is a little bit too bright for what I want. So by mixing the two of them together, I should be able to get a color that's really close to the one that I want. And we're going to actually do the wine bottle in green. Right, Pam? Right? Yeah, Carol, she was able to get a prescription for it, and so it was only $5 for hers. And that's a good price. That's a good price. I'm going to mix up a lot, because I also have another plan for what I'm going to do with this ink. That's way too much, though. I can already tell. That's way too much. That might be better. All right. No, it's not, Carol. It's not. That's what they want, Linda. They want to dry out her throat because her throat's really wet right now, is what they said. So they're trying to make it a little drier for her. No, Forest is not still available. All right, so mixing these two colors together, I just want something that's kind of an in-between of the two. And I think I'm definitely accomplishing it. Not quite as dark as pesto, not quite as light as sage. Just this beautiful green tone in between. So absolutely feel free to mix your colors. Whether it be ink or chalk paste, you can do either. You can mix anything that you want to mix together, and play with it. Okay, just make sure that they are the consistency of sour cream or yogurt before you start mixing, so that they mix really well. Okay, so that's our first color right there, is that green. And then our second color that we're going to do, and that should be plenty. I don't think I'm going to need any more pesto. Our second color that we're going to do is, believe it or not, you guys, we're going to go with some Couture Coral. And this is, you guys, I'm totally chancing this here. And I don't need as much of this as what I needed of the other one. So some Couture Coral. And I'm going to attempt to mix this with a little bit, with a little bit of some shimmer gold. And I want to see if I can make a homemade, like a rose gold color almost. Hi, Carol. I have so many Carols. I love it. Carol is, I could say hi, Carol, one time and it would apply to like 15 people. Carol is such a common name on my lives, and I love that. So, hi, Carol! All right, I'm just going to take a little bit of this rose gold, or of this gold at a time, and just kind of see what happens when I mix it with this Couture Coral, and see if it, I hope it doesn't make it brown. I don't want it to be brown. I'm hoping it just kind of gives me like a rosy gold, but just a bit of gold at a time. So far, still very, very pink. We do love our Carols. I don't want to do too much, but I also don't want to do not enough. So we've had an olive green, and we might even still have it. It's a shimmer olive. And check the paste singles, though, because it might be in the singles more than it might be in anything else. But we've had a shimmer olive. It's just been in paste, I think, and not in ink. You guys, actually, I love this color here, because it really toned down that, I'm going to try a little bit more. It really toned down that, that couture coral. Hi, Jerry. Watching from rainy Pennsylvania. It is rainy in Michigan, too. Oh, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting exactly what I want here. A rose. Oh, my goodness. You guys. I'm totally getting the color that I wanted, and I was kind of halfway doubting myself. But this is gorgeous. This color is stunning. All right. So I want to show you guys the difference. Even though my jar is almost empty, this is just couture coral. And this is what happened when I mixed it with gold. And it gave me this really gorgeous shimmer gold color. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's like a pale pink. And look at it next to that green. Oh! Oh! I wish my camera would focus a little better on it though. All right. So now we have our colors mixed, and I'm only using 2 colors, just these 2. Oh, you guys, Janelle needs prayers as well. Thank you so much for saying that, Carol, on her behalf. I'm going to grab out a paintbrush here real quick, and I want one that's got a pointed edge. And then this has to be turned back on because it'll turn off on me. Your car is rose gold. Ooh, I bet it's beautiful. We're going to grab out a squeegee. I'm going to use a mini today. And we're going to get, oh my gosh, Pam, I want to come visit you because I am always cold. We're going to get as close to this heat set transfer as we can without actually touching it with our squeegee. So you guys can see through the transfer, you can see where it's at, and all of the pieces that come into that design, we just want to get as close as we can to that, and then we're going to paint around it. My car is white too, but you know what? There's actually been a study about car colors, and white is the safest color for a car. It's the car that gets in the least amount of accidents are white vehicles. And you guys, can you guess what color gets in the most accidents? There's a study. There's a legit study that tells you about what color cars are most accident prone down the road. Any ideas? Which one do you guys think gets the most? Has the most accidents? You nailed it. Everybody's saying the same thing. Red, 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 red. Yes, red. Red cars are in the most accidents. And white is my favorite color, you guys. But ever since I heard that, it was like, yep, that's it. Now white vehicles from now on too. I guess my truck is a silver, but it's close enough. Every car I have ever bought has been white since I learned about that. The truck I drive now was my dad's. And when he passed away, I inherited the truck, and I've now had it for 12 years. And it still only has like 115,000 miles on it, so it's probably going to be Allie's first vehicle. And when she's ready to drive, then I'll give it up to her. All right, so I'm just going around this as close as I can. Oh, it's orange. I love that. As close as I can to this heat transfer design, you guys. And remember, you have a little bit more time to play with ink than what you do with paste. It doesn't dry quite as quickly, so it's less likely to, hi, Violet. it's less likely to set up in your transfer than what your paste is when you do a paste project. Like I said, just getting around there as close as I can. And now down here on the bottom where it folds a little bit, I'm going to have to go from the bottom up just to try to keep that transferred down. And hope for no air bubbles right in here, because it's just kind of, it's edgy, y'all. It's edgy. Living on the edge where that's folded right there. All right, now I'm going to grab my paintbrush. And I'm still wanting to work relatively quickly so this doesn't dry. And we're just going to start going. We're going to start painting right up to those leaves as close as we can get. And I might even overlap them just slightly. But I want to get that color in there. And I want it to look like the leaves are, and this flower is like on top of this wine bottle. Okay? And I'm going to do paste and pull as soon, or ink and pull, as soon as I get around this piece, because I'm so afraid this is going to start drying on me. It's beautiful. I do have a couple of little areas here I'm going to touch up real quick. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do the same on this side. This is how we're going to accomplish this, y'all. And about the only way to accomplish this. This look that I'm going for here. Just bear with me, you guys. I got to get this done before this starts to set up in here. So I'm not able to see comments at the moment. Oh, my squeegee went all the way down in there. I can't even, y'all. This is gorgeous. All right, so that right there is all. Look at that, you guys. Do you see how beautiful that looks? Oh my word. Okay, and now we're going to work up here at the top and we're going to do that rose gold color that we made. So I need another paintbrush. You guys, the paintbrush that you use is just completely your choice. There's no right or wrong paintbrush. But I do feel like the ones that have got that, you know, where the edge of it is slanted are easier to use and go around things. So let's see what we can do with this gold color. We're going to make this gold color the top part. This rosy gold that we created that apparently is not mixed well enough because I'm still getting chunks of gold. Oh, wow. That's going to give us some more, a little more definition in here. So the idea is just to get as close to that as you can. Carol, I think she just said I will buy that bag. Yes, Carol, I will sell this bag. I'll add it to the other thing back here that's got your name on it. I did get all you guys' napkin bundles were mailed out today that were bought yesterday. And there are still plenty left. So if you didn't get your napkin bundles or you want more of them, there are still more available. All right, again, lifting it up, and then I'm going to come back in with my brush and just any spots where I missed. Oh my goodness. Okay, are you guys ready for the reveal? Because this looks fantastic. Okay. Let me move this over. I mixed way too much ink, y'all. But, you guys, what do you think? I think that looks so good. I think it looks so good. So good. All right, I'm going to lay this down here. I think it's gorgeous. And I love, love, love that mixed pink color that we made. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, I bet you this right here. No, it didn't turn off. Oh my goodness, it's still on. All right, let's dry it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm wrapped around another cord. Thank you. But oh shucks, you guys, you know, I just realized I'm gonna blow a fuse. Let's turn off the heat press for a minute while we dry this. Isn't that stunning? I'm going to get more of these flowers because I think that this is my favorite out of all of these transfers, the heat set ones. I feel like you could put these flowers on anything. Anything. So I was debating on painting the handles green, but I don't think I'm going to now that I see how it looks. I really like it the way that it is. But I still feel like it needs something. It needs something. All right, I think that right there is plenty dry now. Once it's dry, you pull out your ink mat, you guys. You don't ever heat set with your ink mat in. Oh, now I can turn this back on because this is not going. And it shouldn't take but a second for that to... I know, right? And I almost did. I think I almost did. I'm going to go ahead and just put this on this mat here. And we're going to, yeah, ribbons on the handle. I think that would look fantastic. I just don't know what ribbon to use. But I'll figure it out. Or something else. Oh, I think I know what I can use. All right, you guys. So this time we're going to do 350 degrees. And I'm turning this down to just 30 seconds, because that's all that this takes now. All right. And we're just going to set this right on here and turn our timer on. Are the heat transfers washable? So Sandy, yes, if you put it on a sublimation surface, then you can wash it. If it's not on a sublimation surface, something that's at least, Carol says, 60% polyester, then what's going to happen is if you wash it, it's gonna fade with every wash, because the ink doesn't set into the fabric as like it does with polyester. It doesn't have that reaction with it. So on this one here, if we were to wash this, then those flowers are going to dim. But it's a wine bag, you guys. How often do you wash your wine bags? Like never. For a gift, it's perfect. It's exactly nothing. Yeah, you don't need to wash it. So we went ahead and did it on this. All right, I have a couple of things that I think I have in mind. And hold, please, because I have an idea. We're going to jazz this up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Where's my right color? There it is. All right. So now, I have this stuff called stickles, okay? And this one right here is a rose gold stickle, and it's basically glitter glue. And we're just going to add a little bit of embellishments to this. Oh, see, and I don't have any wine charms, but Carol says she's got some. We can definitely add some ribbon on here, though. So we're going to use, it's rose gold stickles. It's a glitter glue. This will stick to it. And we're just going to go in between those spaces. Right there on the wine bag. And I'm going to do the same thing down here on this space. Just to add a little bit more of an element to this, to make that pop a little bit right there. I know, right, Jackie? I do have a clown room. And you know, my camper, they call me the Mary Poppins camper, because my camper has everything too. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this same stickle stuff. And you guys, we're just going to add a little bit of this to the flowers, just to kind of bring that all together. Okay, so very light-handedly, following the curvature of the rose or the flower, adding just some little touches of some gold in here. Carol, trust my process. You're still going to love this. Okay. Looking at my other colors. I think gold is the best one. No can do. Oh my gosh, I just got a little... Okay, it was like an air bubble in there, and then it didn't want to come out. And once I put the stickles on here, this is going to have to dry. But again, there's no plan to wash this. It's a wine bag. All right, so let me see if I can hold this up and you guys can actually see it. So now there's just some glitter stickles right there, and there's a little bit in the flowers. just to add, oh, I already pressed it. It doesn't need to be pressed again. Just to add a little extra element of detail in there. I also don't want to blow that, because if I blow that, then it's not going to stay like it is. It won't stay puffy if I try to blow it, or it could end up all over the place. Thank you, Kim. Small little details sometimes, you guys, are the things that just make it pop. And I don't think that I have. Oh, I know what to do for Carol. Because it's Carol and she wants this one. Oh, I don't have the right colors. Oh, maybe I can use a little bit of green. Maybe I'll use that. Maybe, I don't know. But I have something else in here. I just got to find out what bin it's in. And I think that it's going to work. Maybe it won't work. No, that's not going to work. I don't like how that looks. And I don't like how any of that looks. I've got some ribbon here. Where did I get all that glitter? Amazon. I get everything from Amazon. You guys, do we want to do a key? I could put a key on here. I have tons of keys. But at the moment, I think we're just going to go for a little bit of ribbon. And I don't have any like bright pink in the chiffon stuff. But I do have a green that's really pretty. So this is going to be nothing spectacular here, y'all. But just enough, again, to make this pop. Carol says she has charms. So we'll let Carol put a charm on here. Because I don't have wine bag charms. But we can take a little bit of this ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and just fray the edges on here. So it doesn't look like it's freshly cut, you guys. And all I'm going to do is just, and I'm going to do this very, very carefully, is just take this little piece of ribbon here. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Right on there. You guys, I think that this right here looks fantastic. And I'm going to hold on to these so it doesn't get in that glitter glue stuff. I'll see how it falls. Actually, y'all, what do you guys think? Is that super, super cute? I think it turned out fantastic. I think it turned out fantastic. I think either green or pink would look fantastic on here with that ribbon. Just a little bit to kind of set it off and make it look a little bit more fancy if it wasn't fancy enough already. What is the cord-like material they make tassels out of in the store? I don't know. I don't know. So there we have it, you guys. Our perfect little wine bag. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It would make a great gift for anybody. And then don't forget, you guys, those heat set transfers are buy one, get one free, and you get 2 transfers with each package. It's an Très Chic. I love that. Très Chic. It is Très Chic, you guys. All right, there we have it, y'all. That is my project for tonight. I hope that you guys love it. Grab those heat set transfers while you can, because they're going to sell out. The project we did yesterday sold out last night, you guys. So I'm glad that we got that one done when we did. And I'm glad you guys absolutely love this one. There it is. And you can always change up colors if you don't like the colors on this. Oh, Wendy! This would make a really nice gift. Yes, I agree. I agree. These would make great little bags for doing vendor markets or anything right now in the spring. Again, so many things. So you guys, there we have it. Fridays and Saturdays, as you guys, most of you know, are my scheduled nights off. I do have mom things to do, and I kind of let my house just kind of run rampant until Friday and Saturday when I can put my whole life back together again. But I'm here for you if you need me. You can always send me a message, and I'll give you a helping hand with anything that you need. But this is it for me for right now, and I'll see you guys back here again on Sunday. So you guys have a remarkable weekend. I hope everything is fantastic. And if you do something similar to this, please post your ideas in the VIP group because I would love, 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 love to see them, okay? All right, you guys, take care. I love you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.